Hi everyone, Sandy here, and this is Creative Discovery in PaintShop Pro. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, a very warm welcome. Please click on the red subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner, and that way you'll be able to find your way back to my videos and my channel. Now this is the last of the Halloween tutorials for this year. It is aimed at the beginner. It's a fairly simple one, but a fun one. The supplies I have used are from Pixabay, and the links for those are in the description box below. So go ahead and grab those, open up PaintShop Pro, and we'll hop into it. Here is a little preview of what we are going to be making in this tutorial. Okay, start by opening all of your images in PaintShop Pro and just minimize them for the moment. Open a new image that is 500 by 500 with a raster background and transparent. Now let's start with this image, and we're going to copy and paste it as a new layer. Then you will need to resize this by 15% and make sure you have resize all layers unticked. Now we are going to use the kaleidoscope effect here. If you have the icon, you can just click on it. Otherwise you need to go to Effects, Reflection Effects, and Kaleidoscope. Now each time we use the kaleidoscope you're going to have to go there, but I'm going to use my icon. Now the settings you're going to place for this are horizontal offset 0, vertical offset -27, rotation angle 0, scale factor -60, number of petals 16, number of orbits 0, and radial suction 0. Now for all of these settings, these are not going to change. These last three settings are not going to change, and neither is reflect. So I'm not going to keep repeating what these are, so they are not going to change. These are the only ones that are changing, and actually the horizontal offset is not changing. It is going to stay on 0. And so is the rotation angle for most of this. So click OK. Now you can close this down. We have finished with that image. Now bring up the other cup with the candle for Halloween and copy and paste that as a new layer. Again, resize it to 15%. Keep the resize all layers unticked all of the time. Now again we're going to kaleidoscope, and the settings we're going to use this time, we are changing the vertical offset to 26 and the scale factor to -65. Keep all of the other settings and click OK. Now activate your selection tool and place it on circle, replace, feather of 0, anti-alias ticked, and a normal style selection. Now place your cursor right in the center and draw it out, and then hit the delete key on your keyboard. Deselect that, and you need to repeat from the center, and you need to draw it out until you have got all of raster 2 and raster 3 enclosed, and we're going to invert that selection. So then go to selections, invert, and then you're going to hit the delete key on your keyboard and get rid of that stuff in the outside. Now while we have this circle selected, just zoom in and you'll notice a little circle in the center here. That's on raster 2, so activate raster 2 and draw a circle around that little circle itself and hit the delete key to get rid of that. Now deselect. Now bring up your witch, and we're going to copy and paste her as a new layer. Again, resize by 15%. Now back to the kaleidoscope, and this time we're going to change the vertical offset to -36 and the scale factor to -55. All of the other settings are staying, and click OK. Now we do have another circle in the middle here to get rid of, so we are still on the selection tool. Draw a circle around that little dot in the center and hit the delete key and deselect. There is nothing else to get rid of from that layer. Now bring up this image, and with the selection tool on freehand, replace zero feathering, zero smoothing and anti-alias, you're going to draw around the green bottles. Copy and paste that as a new layer. Now just drag that layer to the top. This time we are going to resize this one by 45%. Now click on Kaleidoscope again, and we're going to change the vertical offset to -30 and the scale factor to -75. Click OK. Now let's add the final layer before we get rid of all of the junk on that layer. So bring up your pumpkin and copy and paste this as a new layer, and you're going to resize this one by 15% again. For the last time, back to the Kaleidoscope, and we're going to change the vertical offset to -38 and the scale factor to -81. Again, keeping all the other settings the same, and click OK. Now go back to your selection circle type, replace, the settings should still be there for you. Stay on the layer we're on. Now let's close off raster 2, 3, 4 and 5 and just leave raster 6 going. So all we actually want is this inner circle. So first of all, draw a circle around that dot in the middle and hit the delete key, deselect, then draw one around to here, and then you're going to invert and hit the delete key so we get rid of this stuff on the outside. Deselect that, close that layer and open the layer underneath it, raster 5, activate raster 5 as well, and we need to get rid of this circle in the center. So draw a circle around that and hit the delete key, deselect, and then another circle. Now you're going to keep all of this stuff in the center and get rid of the stuff at the outside. So start in the center, pull it out, invert the selection and hit the delete key, deselect. Now if you open all of your layers, you should see your finished result. Now here's another one that I have made using tubes. So what I did was use picture tubes. Now the picture tubes I've used is the grass. I reduced that to 50% of its size. I also used some of these Halloween ones. Now I used the black cat, I used the lollies, and I also have, and this was actually the first one I used. So have a look in your picture tubes, you can also use those. You do need to have a transparent background of the image that you're using though. Have a look at what you've got, and it doesn't actually even need to be Halloween things. It just needs to be in the correct colors, in the colors that you want. Now, I have not deleted any of the stuff here. I will show you another way of deleting. It's probably quicker if you can keep your layers in order. So you have your selection tool for circle. I am starting with the top layer and I am going to get rid of everything in the center. So I will draw out a circle. Now I'm going to hit the delete key and then go to the next layer and hit the delete key and the next one and the next one and the last one. Then I've got rid of everything there. Now I am going to draw out to here and then invert that, and then starting from the bottom, because that's the layer I'm on, I will delete and go up each layer and delete until I've got rid of everything I want to get rid of, and then deselect. Now there may be still, with this one I've noticed, there are some little straggly pieces that have not been selected within that circle. I have a feeling this is raster 1, so I would then get my eraser tool and delete those. There's a few little scraggly orange bits that definitely came from that first layer. There's another one. When you merge everything together and you put the white background on it, if you haven't got them all, you'll certainly notice it, and then you'll have to go back and undo a few steps to get back to here. I am going to now merge all of those layers together with both of them, and then you will see if you do have any stray bits and pieces you don't want. Okay, so you have two different looks there for Halloween wreath. So have fun with those. Use whatever you can find. I have linked all of the images that I have used in the first one in the description box below. I have not supplied you with any picture tubes or anything else, but have a look at what you've got, because it's quite amazing what you can do with this. Now with the kaleidoscope, play around with the settings until you get everything exactly the way you want, and then you can also play around with the layers and swap them around to see if something looks better underneath something else. This tutorial lends itself to an awfully wide scope of possibilities. Well, that was fun and quite simple, so I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, and you can also leave me a comment down below. Now don't forget that we do have a course for beginners. The link for that is in the description box below. Now as always, please share your creations over on our Facebook group, and the link for that is up the top on the banner. Okay, enjoy this last tutorial, have fun, and I'll see you later. Bye.